welcome to the Hammer. We thought we might get some storms that might roll through later on this evening, but for now it is hot, it is humid, and it is beautiful in an east-west matchup here in week number 9 of the Canadian Football League.
Tight CFL record, or Calgary record for interceptions in a game last week.
The outside, there's a strike from Trey Ford. Certainly a point of emphasis over the last couple of weeks with Trey Ford as the starter. So easy with Bo Levi Mitchell. This time they decide to go back to the ground game, and Larry Roundtree makes a man miss right in the hole and picks up a gain of, looks like 9 yards on the play.
And scramble like he does here.
Sets up 2nd and 3 yards to go, and why not go back to the ground attack? Looks like stopped just shy. As I think that was Jaden Grant coming down and making the play. Long field goal as well, right at the 50-yard line here. So they decide to lean on the leg of Mark Leggio. Consistent, accurate, and plenty of power, and a beautiful day in Hamilton, never in doubt. As Milanovic settles for the 3 on 3rd and 2, and it pays off the triple. We'll begin with 5 receivers, but go to the ground game. Dedrick Mills cuts it back, and off and running Dedrick Mills immediately here in the Hammer across the 50. Let's look here from the Tiger Cats. They send it. VA against pressure, wide open. Down the seam, Deshaun Brissett will walk it in. And Vernon Adams Jr. now has 24 touchdown passes, Lapo, with 0 interceptions.
When you bring extra defenders and you blitz, you better get home to the quarterback because you're putting your defensive backs in difficult situations. Deshaun Brissett, nice touchdown versus cover 0.
With the VA delivery too, curving the bullet around the free rusher, right? I mean, gotta love that. It's back to the ground game. The Tiger Cats going. Roundtree is lively today. Kenny Lawler getting a block on the outside. Has just 8 catches in his last 3 games as they go for it here on 3rd and 5. Ford looks to use his legs. Middle opens up, and as much as the negative is a flag might fly, no, the offensive line didn't like it regardless. The Spirits help out Trey Ford on the sidelines as well. As Ford loads it up, and once again his flags fly, likely a holding call. Ford trying to go airborne, and none of that happening with Damon Webb, as then the football is ripped out. Anthony Johnson is on it. There are no whistles, and down the sideline goes Anthony Johnson. The offensive line gives chase, and a mess for the Hamilton Tiger Cats as Calgary takes advantage. Deshaun Brissett with the touchdown early on here in Hamilton, the former Toronto Argonaut with a big Labor Day touchdown last year. This time they go with the quick screen outside, and it's Brooks spinning back into traffic. And a big hit as Winton McManus got all of Brooks. What was Milt Stegall saying in the pregame? As long as you're kicking extra points, field goals, or punting, you're not turning the football over, that's okay. Well, they go 2 and out, but because of the forced fumble by Kyle Wilson, recovered by the Stampeders, they still get points on the board. Deciding afterwards to not allow him to have the big trophy is Trey Ford, the Canadian Heisman winner, Creighton Trophy Award. In his time with the Waterloo Warriors, and definitely CJ Gable is going to mention 5 years here in Hamilton, 4,800 yards rushing. The fan favorite is Trey, trying to use the legs just like CJ, Reggie, and Isaiah down the sideline. 10 yards closer than his last make for Mark Leggio. And legs on the money, 6th year in the CFL. Reason to have hope after playing Montreal last week. As they get it underneath, and this time it's caught by Quincy Vaughn. Dave Dickinson does decide to punt it away. And Myron Mitchell yells out "you" to Isaiah Wooden after a 53-yard punt. Wooden wrapped up and tackled from behind.
Going through reads and knowing where his checkdowns are.
Ford looks to throw here on 2nd and long. Pressure coming, tries to spin away and tracked down. It's Hutchings finally getting there. Plenty of Stampeders had a shot.
That's when you get in trouble. That's when young quarterbacks, they got to, man coverage, it doesn't get better with time. It gets worse with time. You got to get the ball out of your hands.
So true. Miles Brown almost had the sack, but it is a punt, 54 yards. And now McAllister with his trio of touchdowns last week.
First ever in 1 half.
Blitz comes from the Tiger Cats here. VA throws away from it, complete. And And on cue, it's Brooks making the grab for a Calgary first down on 2nd and long.
Do you think VA played Trey Ford for the scout team this week?
They don't really have somebody that could...
You got to put a wide out in. If you want to do, put a receiver in.
As that one goes wide and out the back of the end zone untouched, so no point awarded.
When one gets hurt out there, it's very important.
Absolutely. As Trey Ford looks to throw over the top, Curly Gittens Jr. Made the grab at the 48-yard line.
Opportunities for him to throw the football.
They'll go with the handoff and the end around, flipping it back to Ford, who tries to get away from 2 tacklers, but Markel Lee and Derek Moncrief. VA sends the receivers in motion and looks to throw over the top, floats it up. Clark Barnes hanging in the air, one-on-one with Reggie Stubblefield. That's an interesting one for Trey, maybe, down the road as VA looks over the top, gets hit as he throws Tevin Jones, one-on-one, and was it intercepted? The flag is up in the offensive backfield, but Jamal Peters has the ball.
Roughing the passer, Hamilton, number 91. 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
So far, Vernon Adams Jr. to Dejon Brissett, and the Tiger Cats backed up in their own end, and you know how efficient Calgary has been in the score zone this season. They'll hand it off. McAllister, he had 3 last week. He's got another today. Tyreek McAllister, touchdown Stamps.
We're going to get a down block, and we're going to pull people around, and then they have nobody to contain for the outside zone. Down, pull around the horn. Block on the receiver on the linebacker. Mills goes inside and then back out to the sideline like he's taught on the outside zone play. So nice one for Tyreek McAllister.
Frost takes the shotgun snap with pressure coming free. Markel Lee's all over him, and the ball pops out. They'll let him play out. There's no whistle. It's picked up by Kyle Wilson, who takes the Wilson all the way to the house. Touchdown, Calgary.
Right here, Harrison Frost doesn't have a chance. This is a mistake protection-wise. You don't let the A-gap rusher, the B-gap rusher Wilson come through here. The line's got to slide to help him. He's got no time to throw. He's trying to throw it away, but you can't have a free rusher when you have 5 linemen. You have 5 players at the line of scrimmage. Just not a good situation. I know they're kind of jetted on one side, but they're not in a good position to protect for a young quarterback.
It will be Calgary touching the football first as a moonshot kickoff here to begin for the Ticats as it bounces off, and it's live up in the air, and Destin Talbert slapped at it. But did it go off the hand? No, they'll say Hamilton football. So they steal a possession. I thought it might have been a 50-50 with a Calgary player. I think it was Ludovic Choquette. And it is Harrison Frost at the controls right now to the outside. Throws a strike on a comeback once again to Kenny Lawler.
LaBrosse, for a big guy, can run with Kenny Lawler. Does a great job on that last play.
Now Harrison looking to his left. Once again, Lawler backtracking. And did he hang on to it? Touchdown, Tiger Cats. Oh, Frosty the throw man.
Little bit back shoulder throw. Kenny's great at these, coming back.
With the double blue now that he's down the road here in Hamilton. 2nd and 9. VA pressure coming, tries to get small and slide away, brought down. At the bottom of the pile, Miles Fox makes good on the penalty he took at the end of the first half. You just never know in the Canadian Football League. Single score game. Frost, play action, steps up, works the pocket, looks over the top. Carrick Wheatfall is free. He's open and was it ripped away? Does Wheatfall have possession? They battle for the football. Jason Maggio says first down Hamilton. How do we best use the talent that we have on our roster? In this spot, trying to get back to 500 on the season at 4-4. 6 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and Mark Leggio tags another triple onto the scoreboard. Gotta think somebody on the Ticats sideline probably said during that quarter break, guys, we're here, we're in it. Well, VA trying to answer it immediately. Vanis ejected from the game in Montreal on Sunday evening, but playing with fury here at home in week number 9. Underneath, passes complete, going nowhere.
And I don't think the replay center wants, hey, anything, don't give the officials a chance to make a ruling on anything you're doing. Free player right in the middle of the field. So the movement before the snap is what helps out, makes them get the great play, open up Clarence Hicks.
This ball bounces into the end zone. And McAllister, 27-20. Calgary leads the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Hamilton very much alive in this game as VA completes over the middle. Took a massive hit. Quick on the play, took the hit. How quick will it be here now that he's feeling not great with that lower leg? They call a little screen out to the flats, and Dedrick Mills gets the first down and more.
It's what he's been great at this season.
And another field goal attempt. Makes it a 2-score game.
10, that's what they're going to do.
Learning in real time because he's been beat on 2 comebacks in this game. One by Trey Ford and one by Harrison Frost, right? Yep. So figuring it out on the fly, you always appreciate that in a player, especially a defensive back in the Canadian Football League. As a 57-yard punt. Those 3 hits, by the way, that we showed you on VA, first quarter, second quarter, fourth quarter. They've spread him out. He's been battling through it. What can he do here with pressure on? He gets it away. First down, and just a little bit more as it looks like Deshaun Brissett hanging onto it just by a fingernail once again. Jalen Philpott, after his big game against Montreal recently, motions down. They go the other direction. Eric Brooks. It takes having a Calvillo and a Moss and eyes and coordinators that can help you do that. Well, it's Dave Dickinson here that's helping dial this thing up, but VA certainly finding ways, in another spin move from Dedrick Mills.
Yard gain.
Sneaking it in. Power run as the flag flies. And Quincy Vaughn doing the dirty work and getting the big reward as they'll clean up what looks like offside against the Tiger Cats defensive line.
You cannot simulate anything but this game speed. You can't do it in practice. He's got to get full speed reps.
Oh,
game reps.
That one's going to go right into the chest of Derek Moncrief and punctuate the Week 9 victory for the Calgary Stampeders. Shades of the Trey Ford interception to Robert Kennedy in Week 8. And the clock strikes 0. And life after Bo Levi Mitchell continues. Unfortunately, it adds a 5th loss of the season onto their record for what started out with so much momentum and success. The Calgary club comes in and gets the job done.